Hello everybody, welcome to another GwentCast. I'll be your host, Ham Wolf, bringing you Game 2 of a series that was sent over to me by my good friends over at Big Breakfast. You can find them over at twitch.tv/big_breakfast. So, Broover Hoog mirror match, which I doubt is going to be a true mirror match because Big Breakfast is known for playing cards that you don't normally see in the meta, decks that aren't number one per se, and you'll see a lot of cards probably that you might not recognize. The first one here coming down being for Hedge Sappers. So Sappers is just a vanilla 9 powered unit. It's an ambush unit, but the reason that it doesn't see a lot of play is because 9 power just does not square up very well against the other bronzes in the format. So we'll see if Owen Eli can overcome his opponent despite not playing meta cards. The first play will go to Laudini, and Laudini will lead with Elven Mercenary into First Light, into Rally, into a Dwarven Marauder. So Marauder, a new card, the heart of these dwarf decks. A Drought coming in from Owen Eli, killing only the Elven Mercenary. Dwarven Mercenary gets to stay the same, so we'll see if the Dwarf player wants to pass back and take a card off of their opponent, or if they want to continue playing this round. Looks like they'll continue playing by developing another Marauder, and not a bad deal, and I like this immediate response from Owen with the Dragoon. So Dragoon gets a lot of power over time, and what the dwarf player just indicated by playing a second card to the drought is that they are ready to play a longer round, but they will pass in the face of that Dragoon, at which time Owen will respond with a Scorch to come ahead in the round at the cost of a card. Round 1, going to the Homebrew deck. We'll see what Owen draws here. King of Beggars, another card that you don't see very often. I'm going to enjoy having all these cards to show you in the video. So King of Beggars gets a little bit of extra value in this deck. So when it's deployed and it's calculating the point difference between you and your opponent, it will not count any cards that are face down. So any ambush cards that you have face down, their power won't be calculated to King of Beggars, so you may have developed a lot of points in the form of an ambush card, but King of Beggars will not count those and will likely get full value almost every time he comes down, assuming that you've developed some kind of ambush cards. So a second Dwarven Agitator coming down for our Dwarf player, pulling another Dwarven Mercenary, and we'll see Morin being developed from Owen Eli. We'll see what the Dwarf player wants to respond with, and the Dwarf player will respond with Dennis Kramer. So that will live through the Morin and go ahead and pump all the Elves. The last Hawker support being developed, bringing Sappers up to a whopping 18 power. Yarp and Ziggs coming in for the Dwarf player, and Philip Tremuth being developed from Owen indicates that he wants this round to go for a long time. We'll see just how long, if Owen wants to commit that Avalok or not. The Dwarf player has a few options to respond to this. The Dwarf player currently has all 8s lined up for this Villain Tremuth, but we'll have 3 turns to help try to get into a position where Villain Tremuth will only take out 1 card instead of 3. The timer running down for Laudini, having to make a decision, so we'll see Isengrim come down, and notably Isengrim has 2 options, so likely just going to be Teruviel and Morin. We'll see Broover Hoog come down. Broover Hoog will not trigger Morin if the opposing face-down card is a Morin. To reveal the choice for Broover Hoog. So 14 points hidden away for Owen Eli currently. The dwarf player plays a Gigny in the back row for 14 points, reducing some of the value off of that Teruvial that's face down. But we'll likely see a Dwarven Mercenary come down. He's hovering the Sappers, but Dwarven Mercenary will come down to help set up that Teruvial once again. So 1 turn left for this Villain Tremute. The Dwarf player is going to have to play something that's worth more than 8 points here in order to block that Villain Tremute from getting 3 cards. So Scoia'tael will come down and bring with him a Dwarven Marauder, which will get burned away by Villain Tremute. 14 points going to that board. We'll see if Owen Eli wants to continue playing this round, and he does. He will develop that Avalok, indicating that he wants this round to go on for a little bit longer. Will bleed a little bit more cards out of the Dwarf player. So with all these cards that Owen's developed already, we know that that face down card is Teruvial. So this face down card that's coming down now from Wadini is a Morin. With that information, Owen can play pretty much anything that he wants here outside of that Blue Mountain Commando. So we'll see Verhead Brigade come down and move Isengrim to the front row. And what that'll do is that'll take away some points from that face down to reveal. (63-46), the Dwarf player leads in both score and number of cards in hand. 5 cards for the Dwarf player, 3 cards for Owen Eli. Luckily, Owen gets to pace this game and can bleed out as many cards as he wants because he won round 1. So what I would have liked to see from the Zoltan is the Zoltan probably should have been put to the left of the Teruvial, because when Zoltan pulls these 2 cards, they're going to go to the far right. So Zoltan could have gone to the left as Teruvial pumps 2 units to the left and 2 units to the right. Blue Mountain Commando being developed for Owens. That's probably a good idea to help them the deck, make sure we don't draw any in the next round. Broover Hoog gonna come down for Wadini. Being put to the left of that Teruvial. We'll see what Broover Hoog wants to get here. Broover Hoog opts to pull a Dwarven Mercenary. Dwarven Mercenary will go to the far left, giving full value to the Teruvial and removing the full value to reveal from Owen Eli. So 12 points available from that face down to reveal for Owen, 14 available to Wadini, and this reveal flipping over will make a 52-point differential here. 3 cards to 2 cards will be going into round 3 after Wadini passes. Wadini will have 8 points of carryover, so things are looking grim for our hero. Playing these weak cards like for Head Sappers just doesn't feel good enough to fight all this power that the meta decks are putting out. These bronze units, since the gold immunity patch, very strong, putting out lots of raw power. So we'll see 8 points stay on the board, and Isengrim, the mulligan for Owen Eli, probably disastrous, as I doubt that there's another ambush card in Owen's deck. We've already seen to reveal, we've already seen more, and we already see it for Head Sappers in his hand. Now, while I don't have a deck list in front of me, I can't imagine that Isengrim's going to get any value here. I am wrong. He's actually playing 2 for Head Sappers, so that's a really interesting play. And that does make that Isengrim much better. That Isengrim is worth 16 points, essentially. So we'll see First Light into Rally into Dwarven Mercenary. Dwarven Mercenary will likely pull an ally. Yep, Dwarven Mercenary will pull an ally as it already knows that Turviel's been used. So this 18 power Sapper's coming down. So this is exactly the kind of moment that I had mentioned earlier on in the video, where King of Beggars is going to come down and get full value because it's not going to count that 18 points. That 18 points is hidden away, and the game basically doesn't know about it yet. So when it goes to calculate the point differential for King of Beggars, King of Beggars will get maximum value. This Scorch not very good, declining to cast the Scorch. The first Sappers will turn face up for 9 points, bring the score to 37-19, and this King of Beggars full value 15 points. So we'll see what the last card from Wadini is, if it's enough to cover this 18-point Sappers that's face down. And Marigold's Hailstorm, not good enough, because that 18 power, again, this ambush mechanic coming into play. This deck may have been designed by Owen in response to this Marigold's Hailstorm, because that 18 points was protected from that Marigold's Hailstorm. Very beautiful play, very fun to watch. If you enjoyed watching this game, go ahead and check Owen out over at twitch.tv/big_breakfast. They stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 5 p.m. Central Time. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I have another game coming from Owen tomorrow that you will see uploaded to my channel. Thank you for watching. This is Hamwolf, signing off.